Hey guys, welcome to Junto Podcast. Super excited to be with you today. Man, I'm excited for our next guest. Our next guest is local here, but he's beyond that. He's a leader. He's a pillar in the community. He's a doctor. Please welcome Dr. Brian Rhoads to the show. How you doing, Doc?
I'm good, man. How you doing? I feel kind of left out without my Mickey ears on like you got. But
you know, it's one of those things, dude. It's only so I can hear your beautiful voice more clearly.
I guess you're Mickey and I'm Goofy.
That's what. Well, I was thinking more. I'll be the Danny DeVito. You could be the Arnold Schwarzenegger. How's that sound?
We can do that. I'm here to pump you up.
Yeah, here to pump me up. That's exactly right, man. You know, you and I have become friends over the last several months. Of course, I've been involved. I was born in West Memphis, moved back, but obviously you're known in the community, and thought it'd be an awesome idea just to have you come on the show because a lot of people look up to you. You know, anytime you're a doctor, anytime you're in any type of leadership position, there comes a little bit of status. So I thought I'd have you on today. Hey, I know you got some amazing illustrations, so this going to go viral. And then, but I also wanted to just kind of pick your brain, man. I'm sure there are things that you could really provide in terms of leadership, maybe pushing through in school. There's probably young people out there who listen to this, and maybe they don't know which direction they want to go in life. Or maybe they've chosen that path, but they're in school and just like, man, I don't know if I can do this. So, I thought it'd be good to have some insight from you. So, man, let's jump in.
I'm humbled by you saying people look up to me and being a leader and status and all those things. I'm an East Side guy. I'm from 14th Street, where I grew up. Never looked at myself as this leader and example for people. I'm humbled by that. I mean, I'm just a regular guy like you and everybody out there that's just been fortunate enough to have a DR in front of his name. Just worked hard. My words of affirmation is my strength of what I want to hear all the time. That's my goal. So part of my hard work just came from wanting to hear my parents and people around me tell me good job.
Wow.
It's this inner drive that I had. It was not anything I did special. I never had ever claimed to be the smartest guy. The most talented guy, but I just worked hard.
Dang, man.
I studied hard. I wanted to be the best in class. I wanted to be the best athlete. I wanted to be the best in school. And it really just came down to hard work and good morals and values. It had nothing else to do with talent as much as just hard work and practicing, playing basketball growing up. You hear people talk about me being out in the snow with mittens on and shoveling snow, and I did that, and there were mornings I would be up at 5 a.m., and my mom would actually help me study after I got home late from playing ball, and just always wanted to make good grades and make people proud that were around me. It really had nothing else to do with that, just inner drive.
Y'all hear that, man? This is deep. I'm getting goosebumps over here, man. So much that can be learned from that. I love it how, when I look at my life, and not saying that I'm anybody, but when you are in leadership, in any type of leadership role, whether it's church or being a doctor, you have people that look up to you. And I look at my life and I'm like, I never thought I'd be here. And it's awesome to hear your story, to hear that, because I know when you look at your life right now, you're probably like, my gosh, did you ever think that you'd be a doctor, that you'd be a dentist, and that you'd have a practice that is now in its 21st year?
21 years. Actually, it'd be 19 years. I was out of school. I went being an associate for a while, for a couple of years. So I started in 2000 on my own, but still 21 years in practice. Seemed like yesterday. I know I'm my age, but I feel literally 30.
And you look 26.
Well,
no.
I'm 29, actually.
It's 29, so. Exactly.
But anyway, it flew by.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine being here, and it's been a good ride, but there's been a lot of bumps along the way.
Yeah.
At my age, you say, I can't believe I'm here and where I've came, but I've had a lot of bumps along the way, and people need to realize it's not all rainbows like you think it is.
Yeah, that's right.
You have this DR in front of your name, and people think that it brings a lot of status and money and things, but I've had some setbacks in life like everybody. I've got the same things that others have in their lives, and I'm no different.
Wow.
So.
Tell us, and you don't have to get specific, but in those moments where you had a challenge, because and here's where the podcast. I mean, we have a great time anytime we film. It's all about having fun, but we want to bring something that people can relate to every time. We want to bring a conversation, and I want people to be able to listen to this and say, good Lord, I can relate to that. In times of adversity, in those moments of challenges, and we'll get into faith in a little bit, but what was it that pulled you through? I mean, what was it that made you say, you know what, I can't stay here. I may be down right now, but I can't stay down. What in those moments what motivated you? What pulled you up?
The first, probably biggest thing is when I kept it secret for a while, want people to know what's going on, but I've been through a divorce, 2 divorces actually, and I'm not proud of that at all.
Wow.
I didn't think I would ever be able to talk about that, out publicly, because I'm such a competitor. I always kind of term myself as a failure with relationship.
Wow.
And I've always done well in school and sports and most things I've done in my life, but that thing, it just didn't work out for me. And I was a young man with 2 kids, had a 4 and a 6-year-old that I'm trying to raise.
Wow.
Trying to juggle a practice, and I had some debt just like everybody else did that wasn't entirely my fault, but it got handed to me, and
wow.
So had to handle that, and struggling with kids and practice, and in the meantime not being humbled at that time, having this DR in front of my name, wanting people to know that I was on top of the world and I was a certain kind of individual, which in reality, human like everybody else.
Yeah.
And I was having some battles and struggles that I was dealing
Yeah.
with. Went through another marriage.
Yeah.
And just didn't work out, and so I had the up and down battles like everybody has. And be honest with you, in the last several months, I've been in some holes again.
Yeah.
So just because things look good,
Yeah.
a lot of times doesn't mean that people don't have things going on. But
That's
I think
right.
It's a testimony to help other people. That's how we lean on each other.
That's
by
right.
Realizing that there's a lot of people got the same kind of problems that we have, but there is always going to be some hope on the other side.
That's it. It's interesting because what I have found in my life is you're exactly right. A lot of people attain to a certain status, and I think many times they believe that once they do attain that all your problems just seem to magically go away, all your financial problems. And but the reality of it is the struggles are universal that people face, and the reason that I find my faith walk so important, and that's why this podcast is really framed around a perspective of faith and community and just doing life together, being honest, being real, being vulnerable. That's what we're being today. But what I have found is that really you can have money and you can have success, but that doesn't always equate to being full or feeling like there's still not a void. And that's where our faith comes in. And you and I have really been able to become friends. It started obviously at the church where I pastor at, where you attend. Tell us, how has faith, because I know here, especially in the Bible Belt, sometimes I think we have a misperception, or at least I think we have a false idea of what Christianity really is. And I feel like people just aren't really set free. Tell us, how has your faith changed in the last several months? Because I really don't have anything to judge it by, but I can tell that God is working in your life, man, and that's evident.
Well, I mean, my faith has changed just because, I have hit some low points and bottom points too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in those times, a lot of times you're trying to find out who you are, and people kept trying to say, you need to find out who you are.
Yeah.
And I kind of was talking about it last night. I don't all the time think you need to find out who you are or what you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's find out what you don't want to be.
Wow.
And
wow,
when
dude.
I found out what I did not want to be, it really opened my eyes of where God
wow.
wanted me to be.
That is powerful.
So, I've had people around me and some close people that have really dug me out of these holes and just supported me, that I couldn't have done it alone. But there were lots of times in the last 4 months specifically that I wanted to do it by myself.
Yeah.
And I would withdraw and run. You can fight or
fight or
freeze.
flight. Yeah, that's right.
And a lot of times I would run and just try to run away from problems.
Yeah.
You know what? The problems come with you.
Come on. Yes, they do.
And when you come back, they're still there.
They're still there.
So I just think once I opened my eyes and and found out what I did not want to be, it really helped me focus on who I want to be.
Dude, that is crazy. That's insane. That is powerful. Boy, that'll preach. Good Lord. You know, it reminds me of I'm a preacher, dude. You get me all pumped up over here. You get me pumped up.
You know, I talked to, some people close to me in the last 2 weeks, and we sat together, and she in particular said, what is your spiritual legacy going to be?
Wow.
What do you want to leave for those around you? Well, in the past, you want to have as much as you can get, and you want to be the biggest man, and you want to be the man.
The man, yeah.
And after a while, you realize, wow, what she's saying is, when I die, what are people going to say
What's
about
my
me?
legacy?
What's
Yeah.
my spiritual legacy? And I think that, talking about who do I want to be, she was stating it's a lifelong journey of figuring that out.
That's exactly
and every
right.
day, if you can give your all and try to do the best thing, then that's all we can really do for each
Wow.
other. It's not about me.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the past, some self-centeredness all of us have.
That's
a lot
right.
of times you think the world revolves around you, but in reality it doesn't. It's about all those around you, and how can you make the world better?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And what I love about my Christian faith and what I love, don't ever feel like you're too far for God not to still be able to speak into your life. I mean, maybe you have not known God. I had the blessing of getting saved at a very young age. Didn't always live like it, but I've always felt like I've been around God. You know what I mean? So if you're, even if you're starting a late relationship, what you would consider a late relationship with God in your life, man, hey, don't think that it's too late for God to use you and to change you and to give you new ideas. And now, one thing, Brian, we talk about, because, like you said, we work out. Well, as you can see, I mean, obviously y'all can tell we work out, right?
We work out some.
Yeah. It's the over 40 workout. You know what I'm saying? It's not the, I'm 25 and no, we working out, but it's the over 40. Man, you and I have talked, because the reality of it is you have struggled. We all have. You face challenges. We all have. But at the end of the day, you are a leader. And I know you've got some awesome ideas, things that God has put in your heart. You were talking to me one day about an illustration, and I wanted you to share that, man. Tell us, I thought this was powerful. I think this could be good.
So I've been working on this for a few years. I've spoken on it a couple of times. Every time, people are like, man, that's really something. So
Yeah.
we've kind of built on it. But basically, it's talking about illustration with tea and water and all these different ingredients.
Yeah.
So you want to see it?
I do. I want to see it in action, man. I want to see it.
So basically, we have a cup of hot water here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't burn yourself.
Don't burn yourself. All right. So you got some hot water, and this is going to illustrate the world. Okay. And the world is a hot place. It's mean. It can leave you empty.
Yeah.
It can leave you thirsty.
Right.
It can burn you. It can hurt you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you want more after you've had the hot water. And so the tea represents you and me.
Yeah. Wow.
So here's the tea, okay? And the world has you and I on a string.
On a string, like a
And
puppet.
it can control us.
Yeah.
How it wants us.
Wow.
Okay, it can mold us. It can change us. The world can make us do things we don't want to do.
Oh, man.
It can change our attitudes.
Yes.
It can change the way we feel about people.
Wow.
It can change your own emotions. It can change your whole life, really.
That's right.
So you got to make a decision, really. Is your world changing you, or are you changing your world?
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
That's
I
powerful.
think we all need to change our world and don't allow the world to change us.
Yeah.
Now, if this sat a while, it would change, and you would start to see the change on what is changing what.
Right.
Okay. But, you think about your children, you think about your life, you think about your office, you think about your habits. How can you use those things to better your own world?
Wow.
And that's really what I think we need to concentrate on. But you know what? I don't like hot tea. Some people do.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're in the South, so I like ice cold tea.
You like ice cold tea. You like that sweet tea.
So if you think about the ice, what does the ice represent? That you're calm, that you're cool. like George Gervin playing ball. That's ice
Come
water
on.
in the veins, okay?
Come on.
What makes you calm and cool? Well, a lot of people, it could be a motivational video or some kind of YouTube thing, which I listen to those too.
Yeah, yeah.
It could be a spouse or significant other that calms you.
Yeah.
It could be your friend. It could be your family. But, really, it should be God that's what's
Come
calming
on,
you.
brother.
It should
Wow.
be you're calm and you're cool. And if you can get that relationship with God, life should be calm and cool because he's going to take care of everything
Come
else.
on, dude.
Okay? So once we get that relationship going, God wants us to have a fun, good life.
Yes, he
okay?
does.
Hold that, man.
I will.
So he wants to make it as sweet as he can make it. All right? We're in the South.
Ooh,
Put in a little bit
Come
of sugar.
on, bro.
And, you want your life to be as sweet as
Come
it be.
on.
Keep on
Come
pouring.
on, pour
you
it
want some
in.
more, right?
We're going to take it off.
We all
Come
right.
on, baby.
So
Yes.
we want it to be as sweet as it can be. So your sweetness, that's your family.
Yes.
That's your kids. That's your hobbies.
Wow.
That's fishing. That's working out. That's reading. That's whatever sweet as you make it. You can keep on pouring the sugar in and then do some Def Leppard, pour some sugar
Come on,
me.
baby.
Okay? But even though life is sweet, hold that again. God never told us it's going to always be sweet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to be sweet and low.
Sweet and low.
Okay? It's gonna
Y'all
be
getting
sweet and
this?
low. So we're going to have some low times.
Come on.
So even though he told us we're going to have happiness and
Yeah.
goodness and he's going to take care of us, he still didn't tell us that we're not going to have trouble.
Come on, brother. That's right.
And we're going to have some tribulations and some trials and some temptation just like everybody has. So during those times of low times is really when you have to focus back on what we talked about on the faith and on your close friends.
Yeah.
It hadn't been easy for me. And again, I'm pulling out of some deep holes right now myself. I don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
But, life is good.
It is good.
And if we can pull all that together, life can bring a whole lot of splendor.
Whole lot of splendor.
To your life. Okay?
Wow.
And
We're going to add some
we're gonna have
splendor.
some splendor, a little more splendor. And
Come on.
Okay.
Voila.
So what makes life splendor?
Yeah.
We all got different gifts and talents.
That's right.
Okay. Obviously, I got looks and height. You do not. So
Lord Jesus, he's telling the truth. That's what's
we
so
jog
sad.
each other. So he's a good-looking dude. I'll take that back.
Well, we compliment each other.
But with the different gifts and talents
Yeah.
that God gives us, you got personality, you got the ability to speak. I know how to work on teeth and
Yeah.
some other things, but you get somebody that's good with their hands, carpentry.
Amen.
Somebody can just mentor others and counsel people.
Wow.
Some people can just smile and touch a life. But
That's true.
all of our different gifts and talents are really what make us equal.
Oh, my gosh. This is amazing.
And with equality, we get a little deeper because we are made equal. Well, we could go all day and do a whole nother podcast on
Yeah.
this because of problems we got with equality today.
Yeah. Yeah.
With race, socioeconomic.
Yes.
I'm a dentist, so you know what?
You see it all.
I see it all. People's teeth, God made us all with 32. You bleed the same.
Wow.
Now, you might not end up with 32.
I know. You might have a couple extra ones in
You
there.
might
Trust
smile
me.
like you got a mouthful of dice
Come
in
on,
there,
bro.
But in the end, God made us the same. We bleed
Yeah.
the same. You can give me your heart, another guy's heart, and we're all made up the same. It works the same.
Man.
We just got to start getting along,
Come on.
and that's what's going to make the world a better place. But we've been fighting this battle for how many years?
Forever, since the beginning of time.
And we're going to fight it till it comes to the end. But
Man.
we all got to rewind a little bit
Yeah.
and get back to the basics of helping somebody. You ever seen the movie Pay It Forward?
Oh, yeah.
I
Absolutely.
was talking to somebody last night and we're talking about Pay It Forward. And, you do 3 good things for this guy.
Yeah.
They give 3 good things to the next person.
Yeah.
And it's exponential.
That's it. That's exactly right.
It's
Exponential
and
growth.
just a good, doing something good for each other.
In terms of leadership, man, and you're exactly right. Sometimes we are in a hole, and I have seen it firsthand in my life what it means. What the best thing or the easiest way, and I've always been told, one of the best ways to have God work in your life is to help somebody else in theirs. And this idea of paying it forward, you're exactly right. If I'm just focused on my problems, and I'm just focused on me and how I'm in that hole, that's where I'm going to stay. But if I can actually get up and serve somebody else, and man, God's just going to move through that. And it brings me to my next point, because you and your practice are actually partnering up with Victory Church, man. And we're doing this thing in April called Dentistry from the Heart. And basically, it's going to bless the community. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So me and 7 guys went out to Tampa, Florida several years ago around actually Hurricane Katrina, because we almost got stuck there. But it ended up going to New Orleans instead. But
wow,
there was a guy that has started this Dentistry from the Heart, and a few of us that came back and did it here. We participated, helped each other. We had one several years ago here, but never to this extent.
Yeah,
we want this to be a community outreach ministry. It's really a local, mission.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're going to do extractions and fillings for the community. It's first come, first serve.
It's huge.
It's April 13th.
April 13th, all day.
So if you want to be here, get there early. There's always a line.
Yeah.
We got several volunteers from Victory Church helping and outside in the community, but we're going to have, some kids' activities from coloring to bouncies. I think we're going to have some food, some music, have a lot of fun. We're going to provide extractions and fillings to the public for free.
Wow.
They can pick one, whatever is hurting them the worst. It's going to be from, I believe, 8 o'clock
to 4, I believe.
4.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really good time, but going to be kind of a give back and thanking people and just trying to touch some lives during the whole activity as well.
Man, what a mission. You used the term earlier that really this is just a local mission, and that's exactly what it is. Whenever you're able to give back and take the resources that God has given you and that you've been blessed to gain, being in practice this long, and to be able to turn that around. And because in our community, and I know we've got listeners from all kinds of places, but in our particular community, there is a lot of poverty around here. So the need for something like this is great. I mean, it is absolutely a really big need here. So, dude, I want to thank you for partnering with Victory Church. I'm going to be a part of this, and I'm super excited about it.
It's going to be a good thing. I never wanted to be about our practice.
Sure.
I want it to be about the community, about Victory Church. I want to give back to the community. All it is an avenue for us to reach people.
Come on.
We've been very blessed, but it's not about us. It's about giving back, really, is what it's for.
Amen. Amen. I thought we would end on a funny note. I asked you earlier to kind of talk about, being in dentistry, being a doctor, working on people's mouths for 21 years now. Man, you had to seen some crazy stuff. Give me some fails. Anything you've ever done that maybe you failed on a job? Hope you didn't cut nobody's mouth, or maybe you've had a nightmare scenario where you're like, oh my gosh.
We've had some fails, equipment fails. We've had some water syringes stick, and you look up and it's shooting the person in the face.
Oh.
And
wow.
We've had some impression guns explode, and with impression material. Had a lady come in when I was early in practice.
Yeah.
It was an elderly lady, and she was there. Said her head was hurting, and I told her she was at the dentist, and she still asked if I could help her. And I looked on her head, and she had a tick in her head.
Oh, so my gosh.
I removed the tick. We could not find an insurance code of how to file that, so we just gave her the tick.
You gave her the tick. Take this thing home, flush it, burn it, whatever you're going to do.
But, it's a fun job. Some people think it's a gross job, but, somebody's got to do it.
And I'm thankful.
Anyway, but in the end, the people whose lives we changed with the smiles and things is very rewarding.
Yeah.
But it's a tough job. People think it's, all rainbows, and it's not. It's still a business, and people are scared to come to the dentist, so you have to deal with a lot of personalities and fears a lot of times. But it's been really good for us, and we've been blessed by it.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Real quick, one last thing. Say there's a college person out there, and I know you have college-age children. One piece of advice you can give them. They're pushing through. They're deciding what they want to do with life real quick. Which is one encouraging word you can leave with them?
One encouraging word. My grandfather used to say, if you lose some money, you lose nothing. If you lose your health, you lose something. If you lose your character, you lose everything.
Wow.
So try to do what's right, and doing the right thing is always the right thing. And work hard.
Yeah.
There's no substitute for hard work. Paying your dues and putting in time. There's no quick way to make money.
Yeah.
Except for working hard.
Wow.
And, you'll be rewarded in the end.
Dude, that's awesome, brother. Man, I appreciate our friendship. We're going to work out later today. I really appreciate our friendship. Love what God is doing in both of our lives. I hope you've been encouraged by this. We want to thank Dr. Rhoads for being here. My boy Brian, we call him B, or the people that know him best, I guess, call him B. But, man, thanks for being on. I learned a lot. Hopefully you can take some nuggets away from that. And don't go using that illustration now. And I know you got big things in the works, so stay tuned. We'll have Dr. Rhoads back on probably in a couple of months and talk about some of those other up-and-coming things that are going on, man.
All right.
All right, brother. Peace out.